Hey everybody, Graham Elwood here, Political Vigilante. We're in a crazy back of the flappers. With
deep in the bunker of comedy.
I'm here with Sam Tripoli, a funny friend of mine that I've known for years who has a very funny YouTube and podcast, Tinfoil Hat.
You and I are just we're fighting the fight on YouTube, right?
That's what we're doing.
Slowly but surely our empire grows.
So let me ask you this right now. What are the biggest sort of, what do you think of the whole Russiagate? Like talking about Russia all the time in the mainstream media.
I think that basically what happened is that someone was supposed to win the election. She made a lot of promises, took a lot of cash, and when it didn't happen, heads exploded, and they had to come up with a narrative. And I mean, if you look the way, let's take a look at Hillary Clinton. She had to rig the primary. If you can't win your own primary, what chance you have in the general? And then you pissed off half the people in your primary who aren't going to vote for you because they saw you rig it. Now, I was talking to my friend today about how I think Carter Page was a plant by the DNC on the Trump, and Trump's an asshole, but there's real reasons to hate Trump, and this is not the reason, okay? Like what he's doing to the environment, deregulating everything. And by the way, Trump's whole administration is so similar to Clinton's administration, where they kind of came out of nowhere. No one expected the Clintons to win. No one expected the Trumps to win. They beat an established person with the help of a third party, right? And then their whole administration is nothing but investigation, all why they deregulate everything. Deregulate. It's the same thing. There's reasons to hate Trump. Russia is not one of them. But this narrative is put out by the mainstream media because they can't go after Trump for the real shit, because the people who signed Rachel Meadows' checks, signed Wolf Blitzer's checks, Sean Hannity's checks, are doing the same thing as Trump is doing.
Oh, dude, well, that's the greatest thing. People say, well, I go, all right, you want to investigate Russia?
Yeah.
Great. But why are you not? You can also talk about fucking what's happening in Yemen, the 130 kids that die every day. You can talk about the fact there's still undrinkable water in Flint, Michigan. You could talk about...
we just sent Israel another $250 million, $200 million on top of what we're already sending them. And it's like Israel is not the United States. There's no drinking water in Flint, Michigan. Puerto Rico is still, I believe, struggling to get electricity. I mean, it's like, I have no problems with helping Israel, but let's take care of us first. Real quick on the DN with the Russian thing. Back, I don't know if you remember this, when Bernie Sanders got in trouble for data breach on the with the DNC, and how they were going to take away his ability to get the data. And then he said that, hey, I didn't do it. It was this cat named Joshua Uretsky, Uretsky, okay, who did it? Well, who recommended that guy? Well, the DNC and Hillary recommended him to come work for Bernie, and he's the one who does it. So, okay, maybe that's a plant. Now let's take a look at this whole Russian thing, and this FISA memo and all this shit. Who's the guy they put the warrants on? They put it on Carter Page. Who's Carter Page? Carter Page used to work for, he was part of the Clinton fucking transition team during Bill Clinton's transition into office. He's been working with the Clintons forever. So they put him on Trump's fucking transition team, and then they throw the warrant on him. So is he a plant? Most fucking likely, dude. Yeah. It's all fucking you know what the Clintons are, man? The Clintons are literally the Underwoods from House of Cards meet on the show Ozark, that redneck fucking family that grows all the heroin and runs everything. Yeah. So they're basically redneck mafia motherfuckers, and that's really who the Clintons are.
Look what they've done. They hijacked the Democratic Party in the late 80s, early 90s, and look what they've done. Look, it's why I'm so tired of, like, the Clintons are these liberal heroes. And when like neoliberal friends of mine go, oh, Graham, you're sounding like, I go, no, you don't need any conspiracies with the Clintons. You don't need any. Yeah. Just look what they voted for. Look what they've done.
All they say is it didn't work out the way we thought it would be. They didn't think it would work out with NAFTA. Didn't think the crime bill of 1996, which is the whole reason they didn't get any of the black vote when she ran. The whole black vote that voted for Obama did not vote for Hillary, because the crime bill of 1996, which it made super predators, which made a nugget of crack that small, the same amount as a helicopter of cocaine. She didn't campaign in Wisconsin. She lost all the fucking states that were affected by NAFTA. It totally makes sense why she lost. Right. She was delusional, dude. She ran an old school campaign in a new media world. She controlled the newspapers and television, but she didn't realize that all the shit on the internet was murdering her.
Oh God, and then like, she voted for the war in Iraq. She backed Bush all the way through that stuff.
DOMA, dude. Clinton passed DOMA, man. The Defense Act of Marriage Act, which basically outlawed gay marriage. I mean, that is a legit 100% federal law that they passed. You can say what you want about Pence, and he's a piece of shit. That was done on a state level. But they literally passed the law, and then they go, and then they come up with these lies. They're like, well, we had to do it before it became a constitution.
Oh,
bullshit,
shut
dude.
up. Every time the Democrats vote for something awful, there's always somebody made me do it. It's always just like...
You gotta let the Clintons go. If you're a fucking Democrat or a leftist or a liberal, you gotta let them go. They don't represent your... You know what the Clintons are? They're the Carlos Mencia of politics, and I'll tell you why. Why does Carlos Mencia have such a great fall from grace when all other people known for stealing jokes like Joe Coy and Dane Cook and all these guys still have great careers going? Because their base abandoned them. Whereas Carlos Mencia's base found out he was a Mexican, and to that community, that's a huge fucking thing. Same thing with the DNC and the Clintons. They tried to make everybody think they're liberals and they have these liberal values, and they fucking don't.
No.
And that's why it's crashing and burning right now. And it has to. You gotta let the Clintons go. Just let them defend themselves.
Yeah.
Do not protect them anymore. Don't go fucking hashtags. And I got all these comics who I love to death just protecting these people who wouldn't pee on you if you were on fire.
Look who's giving the Clinton Foundation money. George Soros, the Saudis, Raytheon, Boeing, Goldman Sachs, ExxonMobil.
They're all corporalists and they're all conformists, and that's not what it is. Dude, listen to me. The only change comes from the left. The left always makes the change. They always push for equality. They always push for equal rights and everybody getting love and equal
workers' rights.
Right? That's all from the left. So what's the best way to fucking handle that? Controlled opposition. So the Koch brothers come in, they take these fucking redneck hicks from Arkansas. Why Arkansas? Arkansas is ranked 50th in everything. Everything. Nobody gives a fuck about Arkansas, right? And they see that he's playing ball by letting them move coke in Arkansas during the 80s. While everyone's watching what's going on in Miami, watching Miami Vice, and they think that's coke. That's just a smokescreen over here. When the coke is coming up in Arkansas, and he's doing all the coke, and he's loving all the coke, and they're like, this guy will play ball. He's a scumbag. And the Koch brothers came in and said, we're gonna fund your campaign, but you gotta move the DNC to the center. And that's controlled opposition. The DNC is literally the Washington Generals, and the fucking Republicans are the Harlem Globetrotters, and that's what the real powerful people want.
Yeah. They want us to think there's two parties. They want us to think that this party is screwing that party. No, it's not.
It's all pro wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
It's pro wrestling, and it's all fake. And now they got this Camille Harris who has fucking argued that people shouldn't be released from prison early because it would affect the fucking workforce, which is slave labor, man. Yeah. Think about that, dude. She doesn't give a fuck. And all they do is they get these groups, and they're like, what does this left want? Oh, let's put out a handsome black man who's well-spoken. Boom, got the vote. Now they're going to be like, let's put out a beautiful, light-skinned black woman who's powerful and all this stuff, and they'll get the left to vote for. All the while, she's selling you out left and fucking right. Nobody's talking about Tulsi Gabbard, who's gone to Syria, saw what's going on, served in the military, doesn't want to give these people foreign money, all this stuff. And
won't take corporate money. She wants to legalize marijuana on a corporate level. She fucking said, I had friends that didn't, she was an Iraq vet. I had friends that didn't come back from Iraq for a bullshit regime change war. I don't want this to happen in Syria. And then she's called an Assad sympathizer. That's how the fucking fake-ass corporate left works.
You got it. You do. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we have to abandon the DNC and start our own thing and put out people that have our fucking values, man. Our values, which is equality across the board. I'm so tired of libertarians, too. You fucking libertarians, and you're like deregulation of everything. And then what inevitably happens is a bailout, and you always say, well, we don't want that. Well, too bad, because that always fucking comes. Every time there is a fucking deregulation, there is a crash, and there's a bailout, to the point that these corporations fucking they put it in their budgets. They put budgets of the bailouts into their budget, so it's going to happen. So you keep saying that. So you're like, I don't want this, this, and this, but then this huge spending foul comes every fucking time. The people you guys hate big government. What do you hate about big government? I'll tell you what you hate is everything where the corporations manipulate the government. Right? You hate taxes? Guess what? You don't pay taxes to the U.S. government. You pay to the IRS, which is an IMF and WBO corporation. They're not part of the U.S. government. Break down all that shit. Everything you hate about big government is because some giant corporation manipulated some fucking politicians into voting that way and getting their whole way. You know, it's just like I want. Listen, I'm a fucking socialist when it comes to. I'm a libertarian when it comes to social values. Like, you know, like you should be able to date whoever you want as long as they're an adult, and you should be able to, if they're consenting, do whatever the fuck you want, right? When it comes to, and we'll finish here. When it comes to business, I'm a socialist. I want checks and balances. Sorry, I want checks and balances. I want.
You gotta have regulation.
You gotta have
regulation. This
or you have Goldman Sachs setting up a real estate portfolio they know is gonna fail, telling their own fucking investors to invest in it, then taking insurance out and fucking making money off the insurance. And how many of those people went to jail? Fucking zero.
Zero. Obama put no one in jail. Sam Tripoli, thank you so much.
I hijacked your video.
No, dude, I wanted you.
This is like the world star hip hop about politics. Yo, dog, we're in your face.
Check out Tinfoil Hat, and we'll have Sam on again, and I'll be on his show again. We got to go do the Jimmy Dore show live.
Yes.
Thank you for supporting everybody. Boom, boom, boom.